Good afternoon, Tightliners, and welcome back to the channel. Sunday, the day after the Holyhead Open. That was brutal. Look at the weather today, guys. Today would have been the day to be on there. Anyway, club match, Cemlyn Bay. Fishing 4 o'clock, so we've had baits in now for 12 minutes. And we're fishing till 8 o'clock. So obviously we're going to fish into darkness a little bit. Do I expect much to happen? Not really. Right, what I got out there at the moment then, I've got a loop, 3-hook loop rig. I've got sand eel on the bottom, ragworm in the middle hook and black lug on the top hook. Now I'm hoping that it could be a ray for the sand eel. And obviously there are all the other bits that we can get here: pouting, flatfish, poor cods, and of course the whiting. And of course there is still that outside chance of a bass here too. Conditions are flat calm and we're fishing the flood. So I've got my shelter at the top there. Don't know why I brought it, to be honest with you, because it's a really nice night. Who knows? There's no rain promised. But anyway, it's up there and it's keeping whatever it is. Right. Second rig, I've got a 2-hook clip down and I've put ragworm on both of those. Nominated fish today is any flatfish. And then after that, it's a ray, and then pouting and poor cod, and goes down all the way down to the whiting somewhere. But I don't think we're going to go that far. Anyway, much nicer conditions to fish in today, but I would prefer here to have a bit more of a bump on. Decided to go with a continental setup to start with. I have got the universal mat ready. I've got more loop rigs, I've got Wessex rigs, I've got up and overs. Anyway, we'll keep putting baits out. We'll see what happens, and hopefully I can get a fish on the card early doors again. Great start in yesterday's open, but then it didn't carry on. Going to get a couple more rigs ready. So it's also rhywbeth fel yr arfer with chi'n dol. Right guys, first bait has had half an hour. Bit longer than I expected to keep it in there really. I'm not seeing no bites. There's some weight on there, but I believe that could be weed. Further down the beach over there, it was covered in weed, it was thick. It's not doing anything fish-like, so I'm not getting excited. It's just got lighter now. Worm baits have been attacked a little bit. Try ragworm again now. move a bit further up the beach. I'm going to drop this a little shorter. See what happens. Right guys, one fish so far on the beach. And that was a little schoolie bass for Liam down on peg 2. There's 8 of us fishing and I'm on peg 8. I quite like where I am, but I wish we were starting later on today, starting in darkness even. There we go, it is what it is. I've dropped this one really short now. Just raglan bait on there. Just talking to Mark there now, and his worm baits were coming back stripped as well. Probably quite a few crab out there. Next bait I'm going to try really short. Is some razor clam. If you remember our trip to Barmouth, I did get a flounder on that. Yeah. So who knows, could it work again? Bait stripped again. So, razor clam going on a Wessex rig. They're only going out very far. Okay. 2 baits like that on size 6 hooks that have been from Holyhead. Gentle rod. Just to there. Let's see if we can find the fish. One fish in almost an hour. Daylight fishing on a beach. Normal chydig. So the first hour, and still no bite. Now 5 o'clock. On this one, remember, it's the razor clam that I put in a little place there. Next one going out is another loop rig. Raglan bait on the bottom, and this I'm going to try sand deal a little higher up. And I'm going to put this one at distance. What has worked for me in the past, guys, here is changing it up from using smaller baits and smaller hooks and just putting out the bigger baits. Brings on the dogs, and I've also had the rays there too. Very slow. Other bait I'm going to try in a bit as well is a little bit of prawn. You never know, there could be a hound around still. Going to try everything I can. But apart from Liam's fish, there's nothing else happening either from anyone else. And we've got some serious anglers here, guys. You know, they're all very good. You know, some international anglers there as well. If the fish are not there, guys, what can you do? Try different things like I have done. Try ranges. Just see if I can locate the fish. You just never know. Like the last match, there was 6 people with 1 dog each, and they all shared first prize. I mean, it's hardly worth having in the end, but there we go. It's not the money, it's just trying to catch something. I don't care about winning or anything like that. It's nice, but yeah. I'm out, I'm in the open air. And I'm trying. I got bait in the water, and as long as that happens, like you all know, there is a hope that we can catch a fish. Looking down there now, has Debbie got anything? We got geese over there, I don't know if you can see them, if I do that. There we go, over that way. Look a little bit lopsided there. Let's drop one leg down here. That's better. Has Davey got a fish? He's taking his time. No. I reckon it might pick up when it gets darker. No more could. Right guys, so 2 more fish to report. Not for me though, of course. Wayne, fishing to my right. Got a small whiting, and I've just seen Dewi bring one in there now too. I've hammered the bait out this time. So like I said, I had the sand deal on the top hook and the raglan on bottom too. This is slow. Let's see what happens when the light changes. It's starting to get a little bit nippy now, so I'm just going to put my coat on and then see what I can do about what's out there. No more cutting. Right guys, I'm pretty sure that I've just seen the first movement on the top of the rod there. that resembled a bite. Very tentative. Just going to give it a little bit longer. I have got small hooks on. I'm hoping that that will help hook and sold. Let's see what happens. Just not blank would be good. It won't be a big card that wins this match. Very similar to the last one. I'll give another couple of minutes. I was going to leave it in there until 5:45. It's 5:41 now anyway. I have put this one quite a long way out. Hope you're all doing well, guys. Don't forget that there is a little competition going on the channel at the moment to win the baseball cap. If you're interested in that, you need to go back now 2 videos, because the last video is the one on the Open yesterday. Yeah, so it's the one 3k subs saying thank you and all that. Short little session down on Trevor Bay with just a few fish in that one. But anyway, if you want to enter it and you haven't done already, drop a message, or leave a message in the comments of the video, and then what I'll do is I'll send you a number. 110 people have registered already. So what I do then is I put the numbers into a random wheel, and obviously I'll have written down all the numbers and all the names. So as soon as I hit the button to spin the wheel, when it stops, I'll know instantly who's won that prize. Like I've said before, if you're local, I can arrange a meet-up, maybe have a session. Or even if you are from away and you're coming over to the island, we can maybe arrange a meeting and a session one night. I'm going to do the draw either Tuesday or Wednesday night, depending when I get out next. So if you're in it, good luck. It isn't much, I know that, but it is just a token of my appreciation for all the support that you guys have shown the channel in the little under 3 years that I've been going. It'll be 3 years in February. Of next year, and hopefully by then we'll have gone some ways towards 4k. Right, that bite didn't come back, and it is 5:45 like I said it was going to be. So let's have a look. There's weed on the line. I can see weed on the line over there now. Don't think there's a fish on. Look, it is, it's very small. No, nothing there. But every bait has been stripped. That's good. Let's try that rage again. This one's got worm baits on the top two hooks and a mackerel bait on the bottom hook. Let's see if there are any rays out there. I am very tempted to get the universal match in a bit and blast out a bigger bait with a grip lead on an up and over. Bare hooks, guys. Just watching other people, see what they're doing, how far they're casting and all that kind of thing. Both Dewi and Winnie started with heavier rods and their multipliers, but both of them have now dropped down to their continental style stuff. Wayne's dropping one really short. I mean really short. Right, put this one over there and get it baited up again. So I might try this Wessex rig on very close in, like Wayne's just done there as well. Black lug on the bottom and a tiny, tiny strip of mackerel on the top hook. So you guys who are new, I'm wondering what a Wessex rig is. Basically, what you got is you got your lead that goes up and down the line like that, slides up and down the line. So you got one bait definitely on the bottom, and probably the second one is as well. Right. Come on, gotta get a fish in a bit. Of course, the Wessex rig, you always use plain leads with it. Quite a bit of don't know if the camera will pick it up, but 4, 5, 6 kind of rafts of weed floating out there just beyond casting distance with the Continental. Possibly get to it with the Universal and the multiplier. It's huge wads of weed. Right, so rhywbeth bydd o'i chi'n dol. Into the last hour and a half. Okay. This is getting desperate. I think seeing Dewi card a second fish over there now. So it's looking as if Dewi will be winning this one at the moment. As things stand anyway. I got the Wessex rig in at the moment with black lug on the bottom and a strip of mackerel on the top hook. And I put it in relatively short. Things are desperate. I've already got a Canova out ready, and I'm going to try a whole squid on there and send it out with a grip head on the other rod. I do remember in one match here a year ago or 2 years ago, I came good in the last hour and came second. And I was fishing further off as the last man. I'm number 8, there is 8 people here. And I was the last man that day too. Yeah, whatever. Not gonna happen again, is it? Is it? Mackerel strips gone. Right, going out next. Sand deal on there. And worm baits on the bottom too. I'm going to put this one relatively close too. Black lug still there. Time to put the headlamp on, I think. Right, got my Fenix tonight, only because I've forgotten my clue light. Right, I'm hoping it's charged enough. One good thing about this light though, the blooming strap's fantastic. Not like that blooming clue light. That really does let that lamp down big time. If clue light were to sort out that strap, that would be a faultless lamp. What's I done here? How have I managed to do that now? Where's that come from? Right, sort this out. No more chydig. Pretty sure I just had a little knock there, guys. Tentative little knock. And then I've got sandbill on the top of and that one on the bottom too. And give it a different minute. I hate ranking. Coming up to 7 o'clock, guys. Almost in the last hour. About 2 times. I'm just waiting for it to go down. Come on, do a properly if you're going to do it. They're so tentative. They could even do it right by second one. They didn't know that. They did look this year, this time. That was disappointing. Let's try 3 sand deals at range again. Now with darkness, who knows, there could be our friend, the dogfish around. Almost darkness anyway. Yeah, that was disappointing. I thought I was going to be in there. Right, let's see if this triple sand deal again at least one boxes. Right, I saw sort of beth ddoeth yn dol. That last guy, I got a positive fight anyway, man. So 3 sand deals out to remember, and this time there's a positive fight. Hopefully it's not just me. got to be fish on this thing. Got to be. This thing is something we've got here. That looks like a proper size fish I'm talking about there. Maybe that. Dog. One dog. There we go. There's a blank single. Thank God for that. Right. Okay, let's get that in the bucket. A dog, guys, we're off the mark, 50 centimetres on the cap. Nice. Natural breeds going out this time, put him out there. Come on, let's go. Oh, saves a blank. Right, let's hope that they're liking mackerel today as well. Let's hope it's not just the only one. Oh yeah, guys, dogfish. Let's get that carded. Right, let's make a proper mess on that. No look at it. Right, so I put that squid out there now, whole squid, on one of my trusty up and overs. Let's see if I can get a ray into the last half hour of this match, and at least I've saved a blank. There's not going to be a lot in this today, to be honest with you. There was like 3 little bass. I thought they were little whiting, but from here, but they were little bass. 3 bass, and he's not even broken 100 centimetres. That's how small they've been. Liam had that one bass earlier, very early on, and that was 18 centimetres. I'm going to give this another 5 minutes. And if nothing comes from it, I'm going to get that 3 sand eels out again. Started putting some of the rigs away. At least I've beaten the blank. Os oes rhywbeth fel yr arfer fydd oed yn dod. Guys, something's found the squid. Quite an aggressive bite, the first one. So I'm going to leave it. That could be a ray just sitting on it. Don't know if you guys can see the top of the rod. I'll try and put some light on it for you. Come on, put it down now. This is a ray. I don't think anyone's caught any flatfish and a ray that's on the river. There's another dog? Fine, no problem. Come on. Oh yes, there we go. There we go. There we go. Come on, do it, do it, do it, do it. That's no way weed. good. Give it a bit more time. Goes again, I'm having it. Got a 5-0 hook on there, so if it's a dog, I want it to get a good hold of it. Oh, come on. Fish on, I think. Yeah, fish on. But the question is, what will it be if we can get you to a small one? Keep hold of it, whatever it is. Please, please, please keep hold of it. Pulling now. Could it be a ray? Could it be a ray? I believe or not. No, it's not a ray. It's another dog, but never mind. Hey, no fears of that coming off. It's well hooked. I've got the shank of the hook there and it's out. In there, I'm going to get this signed by Wayne now. Yes, guys. Yes, yes, yes. Right, no more chydig. Right, 5 minutes to go, guys. So, I'm just going to leave these baits in now until it's time. 3 sand eels are out there. It's been a tough one again. And it's going to be quite close out there, I think. I think Dewey's going to win it. He's had 2 dogs and those 3 bass, as far as I know. Start putting things away. No more chydig. Right, so when I was recording the presentation, for some strange reason, it obviously recorded in some strange setting that didn't pick up the audio. So anyway, first on the night, Dewi Parry with 1 metre 99, 3 small bass and a dog and 2 dogs. Winnie then had 1 metre 11, and then I was third then with the 2 dogs for 1 metre. Very tough match, but here we go. That's how it is in Cemlyn at times, and we keep going. We got another match then next Friday night, and that one obviously is open to anyone wanting to win his Worms match. Keep an eye out on his Facebook page for details. Right guys, so I said it was going to be close, and yeah, it was. 11 centimetres between me and Winnie. One more fish and I could have got second. It's one of those frustrating places, Cemlyn, guys. In my opinion, I think the best time would have been to start at 6 and finish at 10. Anyway, it is Sunday and some people don't like being out that late on a Sunday, so I accept that. Anyway, third spot today. I know there wasn't many people there, but still third. Reclaimed some of the money, but like I said earlier on, it's not about the money. It's about being out and being sociable with the people who are there, and yeah, having a bit of a laugh and trying to catch some fish. Anyway, I managed those 2 dogs. I didn't get any other bites, so I'm quite happy with that. Connected with what I got. Like I said earlier, guys, I'll be out Tuesday or Wednesday, and I will do the draw for the giveaway. So if you haven't done that yet, don't forget, leave a comment on the video that I did last week, celebrating the 3K. Thank you all for joining me, and until the next time, guys, keep your lines tight.